Gather up your projects, settle in your favorite spot. It's time to stitch with Sarah at her stitchy Camelot. Let's celebrate each other, this community we've got. It's time to get down to Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my FlossTube channel, where we will discuss and celebrate all things cross-stitch. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and join me
at Sarah's stitchy spot.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is FlossTube number 59. It is Wednesday, October the 9th, 2024. I would like to take this moment to welcome each and every one of you to my FlossTube channel. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I hope you will like what you see, that you will subscribe, ring the bell, share, and like, and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. For all of my returning subscribers and viewers, welcome back. I have a table full of things. I have a laundry basket almost to overflowing. So we've got a lot to talk about today. As I do at the beginning of every video, I want to take this moment to thank my husband of 24 years. Lots of love and hugs and kisses for writing and performing the intro song that you just heard. We had a wedding anniversary on October the 7th, which was Monday. We had no idea it was our anniversary until we got a lovely text from my daughter Eva wishing us happy anniversary. But I did make a post on Instagram, and I have never felt there was so much love for Stan and I from all of you, and I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. So we went from not knowing it was our anniversary to feeling the love of the stitching community and my children and friends. So thank you, sincerely, thank you for all of that. So I have a lot of things that I want to go over, and I probably will go over them in my typical sort of not organized way, but right off the top, I want to say something about the hurricane Helene and Milton that is projected to hit, I think, sometime tonight. It has been so devastating that I don't really have words, but I know everyone is doing everything they can to help those people, and I know as a stitching community, there are a lot of designers and stores that are doing things to raise funds for those hurricane victims. And I'll go over a couple of those in just a bit. I do want to bring up Jenny. Jenny is in our CrossTube community, and she and her husband lost their home completely from a fire because of the storm. And I have made some remarks to Jenny on Instagram. She has a wonderful and inspiring attitude. And I hope all of you that are being affected maybe can take heart and from reading her post. I will put her Instagram handle down below. Jenny, I celebrate you, and I am so sorry for your loss. But the wonderful thing is that Holly of Hollies of Hobby has planned it's Let's Fill Her Tree with Ornaments. And I will put Holly's Instagram account across the screen. And I encourage you to go to her most recent video as well as her Instagram account to get the information. But the overall gist of the plan is to make a ornament to send to Jenny and for a tree, since she lost all of those things. And I think that's wonderful. And Holly, again, I salute you for coming up with this brilliant idea. So please check that out. We've always got room to make one more ornament, right? So the other thing is, I know I do not have a comprehensive list of what everyone has been doing as this community can to raise funds for the victims, but I will tell you a couple that I have participated in, and the first one is Grace Notes Fabrics, and on Instagram she is at Grace Notes no. Why didn't I write that down? On Instagram, well, I didn't write her account, so I'll put it down below. But Grace Notes Fabrics, bottom line, has dyed or will be dyeing a piece of fabric that can be purchased, and I think 50% of the purchase price will go to hurricane victims. They are calling the piece Higher Ground. I encourage you to go look at a piece of it. It is a beautiful, it goes from green to blue, and I did order a piece. I don't think they're going to start dyeing it until November 1st, but please go and check that out. Grace Notes Fabrics, and that's a wonderful way to both support the hurricane victims and to get a beautiful piece of fabric. Jan Hicks Creates, through October the 9th, is giving 100% of her Etsy sales to hurricane victims, and then after the 9th through November the 1st, she will give 50% of her sales to the hurricane victims. So I encourage you all to take those things into consideration, and to seek out other designers and what they're doing, and we can help the way we can help. So again, I keep you all in my heart and my thoughts, and let's just hope maybe Milton is not going to be the devastation that they're describing. So the next thing I want to mention very quickly, and I will just say it and we will move on: get your mammogram. It's October. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So if that is what you do in your preventative health care, please get your mammogram and take care of yourself. So that's my little doctor hat. The next thing I wanted to mention was I spoke a little bit at length and emotionally about all the people that I felt I stood on the shoulders of to do my get past my bump on Ann Campion by Hands Across the Sea. And in doing that, I neglected my number one cheerleader, and I do not want to forget her. Angie Sawyer, and I will put her Instagram below, has been my number one cheerleader. Angie is the one, if you have been watching me, she put together a ring of black, all of the different kinds of black floss for me to try to see which one worked best for me. There was the 103, the Surfine, the Tudor Silk, DMC 310. I think there might have even been a sulky. Angie is the one that made my beautiful pendant that I treasure with my initials that she stitched 1/1 on 56 count. She has encouraged me as I have continued to work on 25 count 1/1. And so Angie, I apologize for that omission, but I'm hoping that this will rectify that, and know how much you mean to me, and how much you have encouraged me to go forward and just broaden my skills, shall we say. So next, let's jump into the Zoom. We had Zoom number 6 this past Sunday, October 6th. Again, I just leave those things with my heart just overflowing with joy. to have added more faces to look at when I look out as I make these videos. Our surprise guest, FlossTuber, was Corrin of the Stitching Owl. If you are not watching her, I encourage you to go and check her out. We had a wonderful visit. Every time the dynamics are just a little bit different, and the stitching styles. There was some incredible pieces in this group that we all got to enjoy. So thank you all for participating. And so the next thing that I would like to do is announce the next 10. And this Zoom will be planned for October 20th from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So the 10 names that were chosen are Caroline Work in Progress 4911, Ann Ryan 8274, Ruth Cole 4723, Sharon Worm 4382, Chris Dash 12, no, that's I2S1B. So that's dash I2S1B. Dean of Stitching 9921, Cindy at Home, Julie Whitsitt 7968, Stacy Fitzgerald 3641, and Judy Mack 8604. So those are the 10 that I will ask if you will please go and fill out the Google form so that I will have your email address and I can send you the link closer to the date of the Zoom. Any of you that were scheduled for a Zoom and couldn't make it for any reason, just reach out to me and I will just move you to the next the next Zoom that we have. So you don't really, I don't want you to think that you lost your chance because you had commitments. I know Sunday can be very busy for a lot of people with family, church, picnics, all the good things. So don't hesitate to let me know if you couldn't make one, because I'll just move you to the next one. So, okay, so that was the Zoom. We also had a giveaway, which was the Dutch mini sampler by From the Heart Needle Art. And the winner of that, and I'll put the little picture across the screen, is Liz Florum 6021. And Liz, I can look out there and I know exactly what you look at because Liz has made one of the Zoom calls. So if you will get in touch with me, Liz, with your address, I will get that to the dear Lorene, who has been so kind in sharing charts with me to share with all of you. And speaking of that, Lorene has a new chart, and so we will do another giveaway, and it is Winter Wonderland by Blackbird Designs. I'm going to have the keyword be winter, and remember, you need to be 18 or over to give me your address. Please do not use words like giveaway, prize, winner, gift, any of those things that will, as I say, attract those people that don't have any better sense and could be cross-stitching and making beautiful things. So, so that will be Winter Wonderland. The key word will be winter, and make sure you follow all those rules. I will again continue to encourage you to use the word Zoom in your comment if you would like to be chosen for one of our Zoom meetings. So, okay, now I think I can check that off. I did want to say there has been some talk about ironing fabric, etc. I know it came up on with Anna and Carolyn on the Curious Crafters. And I did find, and this was in a comment on a Facebook group, that she no longer makes videos, but it was Flannel Jammy's Farm, and it is her FlossTube number 5. And about halfway through, she has Pat Ryan, who, as I understand it, was introduced as the dyer of R&R fabrics. And she goes through a pretty elaborate showing how to iron your, see, it's the word iron, I really have to struggle to use it, to iron your fabrics. And so I encourage any of you that, have had questions about that, you could go check out that video. As I said, I don't think Debbie is making videos anymore, but that is still there for you to check out. Okay, I'm going to show some previous Halloween finishes, and then I will stop the video and clear that off, and then we'll go back into our regular things, the shout outs, the shares, etc. So I'm going to start with my framed pieces, and some of you have seen these, but I know that over the year I've had a lot of new subscribers. So this is Halloween Delivery by Plum Street Samplers. Let's try to get that, there we go, without a glare. I love this piece so much. This was done probably back in 2020 when I was still working, but I love the frame. And so I have it out now for Halloween. And my other framed piece for Halloween is the Addams Family. And I particularly did this because my grandson, Raja, played Gomez his senior year in the musical The Addams Family. And he was spectacular. The Addams Family is by Little Stitcher Shop. So those are on display now for Halloween and a bit of fall. And then it's just so exciting because I've got a lot of things now to put out for Halloween. And I will start with these two. These are little ornaments that were finished by Faye Rigsby. They look like that on the back. And this is Luminous Fiber Arts. I probably am not going to remember on all of these pieces, but you can see the little ghost coming in sideways. And then I had another piece by her, which is Cat O' Lantern, I think, that I finished into a pillow. And this is also Luminous Fiber Arts. I have this witch. I know I got her out of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, but I apologize. I want to say it's Primitive Hair, but I have filmed it. I think this is the one piece of this Halloween fabric I have and all that I have. Anyway, and then this is Trick or Treat by Barbara Anna. And again, I think this came from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. And I used a little batik on the back. I have, this is really one of my favorites. This is All Hallows Eve by Leela Studio. Again, my Halloween go-to fabric. But look at the, that is so cute. I just think she's the cutest witch. And then, let's see, I have two more. This is Autumn Alphabet by Willow Hill Samplings. And this was also finished by, fully finished by Faye Rigsby. You can tell, I don't know, somehow I messed up the colors and wasn't going to rip it out. So, but I do love it. So that's Autumn Alphabet. And then the most recent one that I just finished, so you guys have just seen this, was The Flight by Not Forgotten Farms. Laura of Brenda and Laura just had a finish on this. I think she got it fully finished. And I noticed that both of us did not put the buttons on it. And I didn't because I forgot them. And I don't know, I just don't want to glue them on. So we're going to stay just like we are. So that's the flight by Not Forgotten Farms. So it's very exciting for me to have reached a point where I do have some Halloween decorations. It's just so cool. I love it. So I'm going to stop here just for a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I think we'll do shares now. And so let's see what beautiful things that we have. This is wonderful. This is from Jane and Catherine. And Catherine is needleberry_stitcher on Instagram. But this is Celtic Spring by Lavender and Lace. And the amazing story is that Jane started stitching this. I hope I get this right, Jane. Jane started stitching it, and she was stitching it for a friend who passed away. And her enthusiasm for the piece dissipated. And so she found it, and she thought about Catherine, who does a lot of the fancy ladies and mirabilias, etc. And they got in contact with each other. And the long and short of it is that Catherine took the piece and then finished it. And so I just think this is a fabulous collaboration. They have become good friends. I just love stories like this. So it's Jane and Catherine both stitched on this, and it is a gorgeous finish. So thank you so much, Jane, for taking the time to share that story and this piece with all of us. The next piece I have is from Desiree, and it's Faith by the Summer House Stitchworks. And it's in the Greatest of These series. She did this on the 40 Count Cat's Whiskers by Tabby Cat Linen. She did 1/2 with DMC floss. I lost my place here. And she stitched this for her sister's retirement as a director from a preschool. So a beautiful, this is a very, these pieces are very popular, the entire series. And I was telling someone on Zoom, I think it was Sunday Zoom, I have seen them for the first time. Someone did them on top, like Faith, Hope, Love, but did them in one piece, and it was quite striking. So, and then finally, I have two pieces from Jeannie. The first one is Maker by Heart and Hand. It was stitched on 18 count mica soft Aida by Corrin Cotton, and it was used the called for DMC. It was stitched 2/1. And then the second piece is Skipjack Sampler by Artist Designs, and it's on 20 count hydrangea by Fiber on a Whim with the called for DMC. And both her use of a 20 count Aida and 1/1s were first for her, and Jeannie framed both pieces. So those are the shares for this week. I encourage, as always, if you guys have a piece that you would like me to show, I would love for you to email it to me, and I would love to share it with everyone. So those are our shares, and the shout outs I have. I had one for Diana Bloom Designs, a lovely woman, and she's done watercolor and she's done pen and ink. So she's now gone into cross stitch, and so she's taking with it this artistry that she has, and she was very enjoyable. I think she just has a few videos out, but I encourage you to go over and welcome her, subscribe, and show her the FlossTube community love. The second one is new, very new, and her name is Joanne, and she's the Story Stitcher. And Joanne, when she's not cross-stitching, has written 13 novels, published novels. And so that is very exciting. And so she stitches on a variety of things. And I love her creative use. I think she, tries to use what she has. And I always love being inspired by stitchers that are, thinking a little bit outside the box. So that is Joanne. FlossTubers that I think most of you know, but I will just highlight here for a moment. Tara Sullivan, if you want to get inspired for fall and Halloween stitching, her most recent video was pretty amazing. So I encourage you to go take a look. I will link them down below. And Jackie, Comfort Stitching, who I just watched, she got back her framed piece of Consider the Lilies. And if you know Jackie or have watched her, she did, she was drunk with power, as Jeannie McGowan says, but she changed it to fit her family. And she goes through a little of the process that she went through in making those changes with the framed piece. And so it's quite interesting. And so I encourage you guys to all go and take a look at that. So those were the shout outs that I wanted to do. So let's see how we're doing on what I want to say. I think we're good. There'll be some things that I'll bring up probably more towards the end. But, okay, so I have one fully finished object. I had no new starts. I know. Where is Sarah and where did she go? But I had no new starts. But I did fully finish Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitches. This was a piece that you guys, it was a focus piece that I finished. My oldest daughter, Diane, had her 52nd birthday on September 28th. And so I pinned and laced and put it in a frame and gave it to her for her birthday. So she has it with her, but I will run a picture across of the piece. And I was pretty happy with my framing on this. So I'll let you guys see. Critiques, constructive criticism is always welcome. But Diane loved it, and so it was, I think, for her a meaningful birthday gift. So that is my fully finished piece. The exciting thing is that those 2 months of August and September are over, and I have been stitching on pretty much anything I want, and a lot of them. So let's jump into that laundry basket of whips. Okay, here we go. The first one was is one of my happy hour stitches, and that is A Token for My Friend by Heartstring Samplery. I have both charts. Let's see, I could get them out. I have both charts. One was gifted to me by Millie. The other I had purchased. So this is the one. So as you can see, they will go together. And I discovered that I do have enough room to put both of them on the piece of fabric. I am stitching this on a 25 count mushroom Lugana. I'm using a mixture of the called for and DMC floss. And this is, I got a little more progress. Let's get the string out of the way. On the urn, that was probably what I did, I think, on the urn. But I love showing it off because it's so sweet and little. So that is A Token for My Friend by Heartstring Samplery. 1/1 on 25 count Lugana. Okay, next I have found that if I leave my zipper open, I don't have to zip it back up, but I can slip the piece back in because every once in a while things get a little jumbled. Okay, the next piece is really, this was kind of a favorite. I noticed there were a lot of comments the first time I showed it. Is Pennsylvania Deer Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler. There is a series, I think there's 3 total pillows, and I do plan to do all of them. I am stitching this on a 36 count red cedar by Cedar River Designs, Linens and Designs. And I'm using DMC Ecru. And so I started over in here, and I finished up this heart at the bottom. But I am quite fond of this fabric. So that is Pennsylvania Deer Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler. And it is in the beautiful bag by, let me get that out, Carla at Cozy Ode Quilts. No, it's not Carla, it's Becky Stevens, sorry. And this is, I got this from Sherry, Colorado cross stitcher for my entry into the June's cross stitch camp. So it's beautiful, beautiful work, Becky. All right, next we have, let's see. Okay, this is my focus piece, Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs. I'm very close. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do the satin stitch, but this stitching down here is close. I should have a finish on this this month. But as you can see later, I'm not going to make any promises anymore. Okay, I'm stitching this on a 36 count flannel flower by Fox and Rabbit. I'm using the called for over-dyed floss. I think Catherine of Stitching in Costume just had a finish on this as well. So here is where I am. So I am starting to work on the last flower. There'll still be the little doodads as we have in Blackbird. But, oh, I love it. And I don't think it'll be too hard to frame. I know there's some straightness on the sides, but I think it's a piece that I could definitely lace myself by size. So that's Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs. It is my focus piece. It gets 7 days out of the month. Last month it probably got just a little bit more than that because when you get so close to a finish, you really want to finish it. So, and then I'll get to pick a new focus piece, which is always so exciting. My next piece, okay, let's just get it over with. I broke my promise. I'm so sorry. It is Summer at Cherry Hill by Brenda Gervais. That is a lot of grass. I did a Zoom call just filling in the grass. I actually worked all morning. I did it, I didn't just give it 2 threads this morning. I even put a couple of threads in last night in bed. And I didn't miss a single day of stitching on it. So, next to last time, penultimate time that you will see. Summer at Cherry Hill. Let's get her right up. You can see there's just that much. I'm so sorry. I told you guys I would have it done. So, you know, I did fill in the cherries, and you can see because this one just needs 1, and it's wood rose, and I'm really glad that I put it in. So I will put it in on that isolated cherry blossom, cherry, whatever it is there. So this is by, I said Brenda Gervais. It is on a 36 count Stars Hollow Blend by R&R, and I'm using the called for overdyed. I won't hold it up again. But you guys are so sweet. I mean, you've said you don't mind how many times you've seen it. And I do know that when I watch where people are working on a piece as 2 threads, I love seeing the progress. But I don't think it ever dawned on me that it would take that many days to do that piece. So there was a lot of stitching. I'll be more prudent when I select my 2 threads a day for the next one. Okay, next we've got Vince's stocking, which is Woodland Storytime Stocking by Cooler Designs. We are also having to add time on this one as well. It cannot be just a Sunday stitch and be ready by Christmas. I'm going to go, Stan and I have a trip planned to go visit with Eva, David, and Vince at the end of the month. And then, since everything seems to be going okay, she is scheduled for her cesarean section November 14th. I will probably be there for that as well. So I am stitching the stocking on a 14 count antique white Aida. And I have just about completely finished. So it's hard to see the progress, but there was so much of this up here I had not done that's white. I've got his beard almost completely done. I have worked down here in this area. All of this red is new. It is so cute. I did put the back stitching on the owl. These trees over here will look a lot like aspens. I think they're going to have some nice back stitching on those. Not too much, but a little bit. So that is Vince's stocking by Cooler Designs. And I got to keep working, keep pushing forward on that. Okay. My next whip is out of the A Heart Remembers by Blackbird Designs, and it's Wildflower Guide. I think I can show you a picture without showing the chart. So it's this piece right here. And I am stitching it on a 36 count pale khaki by XG Designs. I'm using the called for overdyed floss. This was, before I retired, this was the one book that I got all the floss for it. So I can pick it up and do any piece, which is really cool. And this is my progress. So this is getting very close. It has initials right here. I've got to finish this, basket, and then just come down with a little bit of the border and a little doodads. But it probably a good 2 days of stitching, if I did just that, would have it done. So I always love, although you have to be very careful when you're stitching, I love the way the border changes colors a lot in Blackbird. So that is Wildflower Guide by Blackbird Designs. Okay. Next we have, oh my gosh, I am loving this. This was a new start not too long ago. I think I started it August the 1st. It's a garden sampler by Carriage House Samplings. And I'm going to stitch this for my middle daughter, Allison, because their family has been doing gardening over the last several months. I guess they didn't have a very good turnout this year. We were joking with them that we hadn't seen any of the tomatoes and lettuce and stuff that she gave us last year, but it just didn't happen. But I'm stitching this on 40 count doubloon by Picture This Plus. I'm using the called for DMC, and I got this caterpillar done. Look at this caterpillar. He's just a tad wonky. I don't think anyone will know unless I pointed it out. I got the Y and this done, and I got the C done, and then the caterpillar is finished. And I'm working on the leaf underneath. Those cute little 40 count stitches, I love them. So that is Garden Sampler by Carriage House Samplings, which will be a gift for my daughter. And it is living in a project bag that I also got from Sherry Cross Stitch that is made by Joyful Stitching. Again, just a lovely, lovely bag. This piece has a bit of floss, and so she also made, the little extra, and so I'm keeping the extra floss in there. That's cool. I like that. Okay. Next, let's see. Okay, I worked on Courage, Have Courage by Cottage Garden Samplings. This will be given to my friend that had a recurrence of breast cancer. She's doing really well. Get your mammogram. And I am stitching this on 36 count hog bristle by Fox and Rabbit. I'm using the called for overdyed floss, and I originally started this with hashtag Pam Survival Sal, celebrating Pam of Just Keep Stitching's 30 years of being cancer free. So this is where I am. I worked here. And I think all of this was done the last time you saw it. And then I started pulling a little of this across right here. I'm dying to fill in those flowers. But I'm also trying to get the greenery done first. But just look at the colors. Look at those buds underneath the bird. Oh my gosh. It just takes my breath away. So that is Have Courage by Cottage Garden Samplings. And it is in a bag that I made with Eliza Stone. Yeah, Eliza Stone, the sampler that was designed by Christina of Whilst Iris Naps. And she had offered that as a fundraiser for breast cancer awareness in the UK. My next piece, as we're getting into fall, is the Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom by Not Forgotten Farms. Is it Farm? Yeah, it's just Farm. I know either Linnea or Roberta, they either had a finish or one of them is working on it. I am stitching this on a 36 count R&R in Brenda's Blend. I'm using the called for DMC. And what I got done was I took this border down some with the triangles. I put in all of 1761 and the outline for the roof. So I was working towards getting the house and the roof outlined, because then it would be great fill-in stitching for Zoom calls. So that is the Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom by Not Forgotten Farms. And it's really fun because it's good block stitching. It's very enjoyable. Okay, let's see where we're going now. Oh yes. This is, again, for the month of October, Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. And I'm stitching this on a 36 count Endora by Needle and Flax. I'm using Vicki Clayton silks. And this is my progress. So I got all the words in across the top. So I stitched as pitch. You can see, so I've got the house. I'm starting down on the house. I did some border work up here with the flowers. And I wanted to show you, you know, a lot of people have been disappointed that there wasn't much of a contrast between, I think it's Onyx and Garden Gate, but I feel like I do have a contrast. Now this is in the Vicki Clayton silks. This is a piece that it really wouldn't bother me if I always had it to pick up and stitch on. I quite love it, but I do want to get it finished. So that's Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. And I will work on it again this month as well, because it's October. Okay. This was the final sampler for Sampler September, which was my, oh, I love it, Florence Mary Dickinson. As many of you know, Judy, Stitching Bunny, and I started this together. We are 1 week apart in our birthdays, and we started this together for our birthday sal. And a lot of you are stitching it as well. A lot of people are finishing it and inspiring us to get ours finished. I'm stitching it on 36 count Tabby Cat. I'm stitching it on 40 count Cream Brulee by Tabby Cat. It was gifted to me by Sandra. And I'm using Vicki Clayton silks, and the hashtag is #2birthdayGirls. And this is, so I had the border done. So I have worked on these flowers. I also put in at least, I think I may have done 3 of the flowers and the leaves because I'm following Brenda's marching orders to not leave the border for last. But oh my goodness, isn't it beautiful? I think I came over and started this. So that's Florence Mary Dickinson. As you can see, the border's all the way around by Hands Across the Sea. And it lives in this magical project bag made by Catherine of Stitching in Costume. Look at that. It has the pocket on the front, and you can hear my Vicki Clayton silks, the ones I haven't put on a floss drop yet. And the little plastic bag, it's got the beautiful, oh, it's just gorgeous. Catherine, thank you so much. I love it. So that is Florence Mary Dickinson, and she was my final sampler for Sampler September. You know, that worked really well. I did love doing it, and I got a lot of progress on the samplers I chose by giving them 3 days at a time. But 3 days started to be just, you know, was kind of pushing it as long because I do like to touch everything as much as I can. So the final piece is that I worked on since I've seen you ask was Angèle Armel, 1907 by Maximum Cross Stitch. This is what I am working on as a red sampler right now before I dive into a big red sampler. And I've got a lot of little ones. I've got that really cute one from Audrey, Stitch Bead that I want to do as well. And I am stitching this on a 36 count Heartland by Picture This Plus, and I'm using Gloriana Hollyberry. And so I almost got that first row of fancy alphabet done. I only have one more. I finished this top border, and I've started the border down on this side. So I love it. I love those letters. And yes, they are, very uneven like that. It always makes me nervous, and I do check them. But she just kind of spattered them on there. So, and it is in the project bag made for me by Sarah of Sew Me Sarah. And I treasure it, as I treasure all the wonderful things that have been sent to me. Okay, well, you know what? That was a little different than what I've been doing as far as my whips. That was a lot. I'm getting back into form, training, right? Okay, so those are my works in progress. I have some Happy Mail. I have some plans. But I think I will do, I did want to show you, these were the two charts that I got from Jan Hicks for hurricane relief. And this is Let Flowers Grow. And Trisha, Prep 409, she has this too, so there might be some Samhain going on at some point in the future. I do find I like to do Jan's pieces in the Vicki Clayton silks. And then I gasp every time I see this, every time I see someone working on it, and that is Arabesque. Jan, I love this. And I haven't decided which red I'll choose, but I will definitely do it in a red. So that is Arabesque, and I will put, that is from her Etsy shop, and I'll put I'll put the information down below. As far as plans go, I'm going to continue to just wake up in the morning pretty much and stitch on what I'd like. I do have, the Jardin Privé Witch that I have started, that is, it can be in 3 colors or 1 color, and I'm doing it all in black. I've pulled that up because I want to get some stitches in that. I have Midnight Delivery by Blackbird Design, the round one with the big crow, I think is Midnight Delivery. I had a start on that last year that I want to put some stitches in. I really want to start this. This is, the name of this is Halloween Time by the Witchy Stitcher. I just love those colors. I love the cat. I love everything about it. So it has a potential for a new start. For sure, a new start will be on Monday, October 14th. And I know that doesn't give you a whole lot of time if you wanted to join in, but Anne, the Selfish Stitcher on Instagram, and I are going to start the Big Chicken, Little Chicken. This was a chart I also got in a collection of charts from Sherry, Colorado Cross Stitcher. I have never done a mattress finish. I have a piece of fabric coming from Farm Girl Dry Goods. I'm getting the call for. I guess there's something about doing something different that I want to do just exactly what is called for. So I did get that fabric, and then I'll see how comfortable I get, and then I can probably pull more from stash. But this is stitched on 40 count Old Stationery by Seraphim, and I love their fabric. I have the overdyeds coming that I don't have, which was just a few. So we're going to start that on October 14th, which is, Monday. And the hashtag is hashtag Chicken Little Sal. I'll run that across, Chicken Little Sal. So if any of you have this, or you want to grab it, if you have a local LNS that you can get it quickly, doesn't matter when you start it. This is definitely a start along. But Anne, just to remind you and just to show it off again, Anne is the one that made this beautiful bag. So that is a definite start. And then, like I said, I would really like to do a start on Halloween Time by the Witchy Stitcher, and who knows what else, right? So, okay. Now, and I also had some happy mail that I'd like to share with you. And the first was from Judy Whitman. It was sort of a thank you for joining in on the Zoom as my guest, surprise FlossTube Stitcher. But she wrote a lovely card. But I hope that you can see. She said she did not make this card, but someone I think did, because I think these are ironed on or glued on. This is stitched. And these birds it's all fabric. It is absolutely exquisite. And of course, it's purple, and she had everything wrapped in this beautiful, I just like these extra touches that people do, this beautiful tissue paper. But what I got is so exciting. I got some of her charts. I got a Quaker stocking. I got Sampler Stocking 2. And then, oh my goodness, I got the booklet of Sing a Song of Christmas. How exciting. And so it has all of these in it. So Judy, thank you. You did not have to do that. You were such a joy to grace us with you're just really a class act, Judy. So thank you so much. And then I got this beautiful card from Alicia. And Alicia makes project bags. And she sent me one. And I want to show, I will put her information down below, but it is Upper Meadow Design. I'm pretty sure that's probably her Etsy shop. Yeah, and it's fabulous. So let's look at it. It was just incredible. So, okay, this is the bag. I've never had one of these. Look at that. It's got this fabric, inside, which you can see through. This is the back. Oh, how gorgeous. It came with a thread bed. I love them. And then this one's actually got, a place that you can put your needles. Oh, sorry, I'll hold that up. Same fabric. It came with an Ort container, or just one of those little darting little, things that you can snap, snap, snap and put together. And then, as if that wasn't enough, she makes these gorgeous pins. Let me get that out. So, look at this. Aren't they gorgeous? And Alicia, again, she was a part of a Zoom call. You don't have to do that, but I was so touched, and I hope you guys will go. Oh, you know what I didn't show you? This has a pocket. So see, you can protect your pattern. So I'll have to think of something special will go in this. Okay, so that was my happy mail, and so I was again. I feel very fortunate from all the happy anniversary wishes to the happy mail to the support. You guys are the best. So there. Okay, so I just wanted to do a reminder that Andrew, the runner stitcher, is running his marathon in Chicago this Sunday, and he has the hashtag Stitch the Chicago Marathon, and there's 26.2 miles, and if you did 10 stitches, it would be 262 stitches in a piece. And if you would use that hashtag, and I'll put the information below, and then tag him, and then he'll know that we were supporting him while he did that. As well as, I would, in the same post, if you do that, I'll put her Instagram too, is to tag Yamir, because Yamir of Almond M&Ms will also be running the Chicago Marathon. So, so that's really cool, and that's a way to support them in their endeavor, their unimaginable endeavor, and let them know that we were thinking about them while they did that. So, I think I just want to look down for 1 minute and make sure that I said everything that I wanted to say. So again, I will put the information for some of these things below. Remember about the Christmas ornament. Be sure and check out Hobbies of Holly and get all the information on that for Jenny, so that we can give her a gorgeous Christmas tree this Christmas. And again, as a group, our community, to keep everyone in their thoughts, in their prayers, in their hearts, for everything that's going on in the world. Sometimes, sometimes it gets a little hard to feel so lucky to be sitting in my home making a FlossTube. But when others aren't able to do what makes them happy right now, so let's continue to keep lifting them up, to keep loving them, to keep hoping this madness in the weather will stop, because we can, and we have a group that is built on kindness and generosity and talent, and love of stitching. So I think that I have covered everything that's on the table. So I'm going to ask you to grab your stitching, get comfortable, and stitch what you love. I love each and every one of you. So bye-bye. Until next time.